And because in Hyderabad, although it's a warmer city than Goa, most people are drinking in the air conditioned space of the brew pub. Uh, Whereas in Goa, it's a very open beach vibe. You will find that most bars and restaurants do not even have an air conditioned section. It's
Okay.
all open. The weather's great for about 6 months a year, 6, 7 months a year. It's great. Another 3 months it's bearable. It's just 2, 3 months that it's actually very warm and you can't sit outside comfortably. This is Goa. And so in Goa, we tend to have a lot more uh, lighter style. So we make a goza, which is very popular. We make pilsner. We make a lager. We don't even bother with a stout. We make a porter instead, so that it's something a little
Okay.
easier. Even if you're having it on a warm tropical evening, then you're sitting outdoor. You typically don't want an export stout or an imperial stout or anything else. And so the beer styles in general are a little different. Uh, in terms of how exciting it is to be able to do new beers, I think we still do more new beers in Hyderabad, because at a brew pub, it is always easier to do new beers because you just need to wipe out a blackboard and write it. Whereas in Goa, we're selling at now 150 different bars and restaurants. We
Right.
are on their menus, our beers are there, and we need to deliver them those beers. And it's not very easy for us to go through the motions of creating a new beer, a new label, having that registered with government, and then the cycle of getting them onto all these menus at all these bars is a very long cycle. And so we try to have a permanent range of just about 6 beers. So we don't do too much else. We
Okay.
have 2 or 3 seasonals that we supply to just some of our draft customers in Goa, but by and large, it's 6 beers that we sell through the year, and this has not changed in 2 years. And 4 of those beers have been around for 6 years. So we've
Okay.
only added 2 beers in the recent past. Yeah, but
Okay.
even in Goa, we try to do, if there is a real need, as we've seen our volumes grow, and we're very confident of the volumes of our existing beers, has enabled us to introduce new beers. For
Mm.
instance, we had for the longest time, the only lager we had was a Dortmund style, fairly medium bodied malty lager. And so when demand was enough for our beers, we introduced Pilsner style, but then made it more interesting using bread from local bakeries around us, whatever is left over. So in Goa, everyone gets bread delivered every day, like
Okay.
newspapers or milk in other places. So bread is delivered twice a day in every village in Goa. So at the end of the day, all the unsold bread comes back to the bakery. And so there are 3 bakeries close to our brewery from whom we buy all the leftover bread every day, stick it in our cold room, and we brew this Pilsner style beer with it. So we've been doing that for the past 2 years now.
Okay.
Um, but again, once we've dialed that down, that we don't change that beer. Now that beer is what it is.
Okay.